Hey, what's going on everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Hbar, as well as kind of just going in depth on what's pretty much happening right now in the market, as well as what's kind of going on with Hedera as well. But I also want to mention a few things before we get into this video. If you guys do want more free content, definitely follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial, and also join the Discord down in the description below. And if you guys do want paid content, meaning portfolio insights, what I'm holding, what I think is, a decent hold right now. You guys could become a member of the channel for, less than $5, with other, sort of, tiers that go up. Now, of course, you guys don't need to do that, and honestly, it's totally fine. I love giving away free content nonetheless, and I will continue to do that anyways. But nonetheless, let's jump into this. So first, we got this article from Cointelegraph. If you guys do follow them, you've probably seen this earlier today. And it says, Bitcoin faces more backlash over environmental concerns. Greenpeace, the global environmental NGO, has announced that it will stop accepting Bitcoin in light of the climate crisis. And we're seeing a lot of stuff come out in terms of Bitcoin kind of being, in terms of FUD. But overall, I'm still bullish nonetheless at the end of the day. But seeing articles like this, yes, it does hurt the price of Bitcoin at the moment. But we've seen a lot of stuff like this in the past, even in the past bull runs overall. That's why I wanted to actually show you guys a retweet of mine just recently. And it's this one from Crypto Amsterdam, or Dams Co-Trades. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but again, if you guys do want to follow them, you guys can give credit where it's due. But we see Bitcoin macro bull cycles, and this is why I was saying, I don't think that we're, in a bear, market right now or anything like that, because in 2011, duration 9 months after previous all-time high, bear trap in month 6. 2013, duration 9 months, bear trap in month 5. And what I was always talking about is that 2017, 2018 bull run, where it's the duration of 9 months and we get a bear trap in the month 6. That's why I was saying the pattern looks very similar. I'm not too concerned at all. And honestly, if I was you guys, I wouldn't be too concerned at all. Take a little break from looking at the portfolio, from looking at charts, because when you're too involved, yeah, it's going to really, I would say, put a strain on your emotional and mental state. You're going to want to sell, you're going to want to get out because you think that it's going to go lower. It's just better to kind of stay away for a little bit and then come back later. Right now a lot of people are bearish, but for the most part, I still remain bullish. I still think that we're in a bull cycle, and I think that we're pretty much in the beginning right now. If we come over here to another one of my retweets, this one is from Rookie XBT. He's saying that we're in the disbelief aspect right now, and honestly, it does make sense. I know I've seen a lot of people say that we're in the denial phase, we're coming into the panic phase, and honestly, I really think that right now we are in this disbelief sort of range, and it's not going back to even the dates from my recent image of this, but for the most part, I still think that we have a long way to go. We could pretty much be around here on this dip, but I think this one is better to really look at because this is a deeper dip, and I think that we're only beginning right now, and I don't know. I just think that we're pretty much at the beginning of this bull run. I don't think that we're in the mid cycle or in the denial phase where we're gonna range lower and lower. It's just, to me personally, it just doesn't make sense overall. But that's just me looking at it from a 2017, 2018 bull market pattern and comparing it to even 2011 as well. But we also have this is Hedera Apps. Now, this is made by a smaller Twitter user, and if you guys want to follow him, it's Garig Kunz. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but if you guys do want to follow him, give credit where credit's due. But this is actually pretty cool because he put a list of all the apps, protocols, and people building on Hedera, and I just wanted to really show you guys this because there is over I think there's over like 41 overall members in here, which is pretty much all the apps and protocols and stuff. But first we have the ROM app. Not only shoppers can find all their coupons in one app, but also online shops can reach wider audience and keep them close to their core business. We are building the RAM on future of internet brought by Hedera. Again, pretty cool stuff. Now this is just kind of like a coupon app. It's really interesting to really see this actually being built on Hedera. But we also see, more. Now this is Dovu. You guys probably know of Dovu. We kind of went over them a little bit. They are also building on Hedera. We already know of GoMint. Now there is more overall. Now I can't really see too much, but we see a Coer, which we kind of went over a little bit. They are more of a software for healthcare, but there's a ton of people building on Hedera. I mean, we already kind of went over most of them, but if we really look into this, we could see this is the coupon app. This is an NFT trading card game that's built on Hedera. I don't know what the breakouts are. I didn't really look too far into them, but they are building on Hedera. Siki app, new crypto coin focused on marketing and entertainment. GoMint of course. And then Drop. Drop is a micropayment service for small value transactions for merchant use. And then we also have Infinite, verify sneakers, get tagged, attach, and own. And then we also have a few other ones here. But for the most part, I mean, this is a massive list. I mean, this is pretty much everybody who is building on or with Hedera. Now there's more coming soon. We already know that, but I really just wanted to show you guys how many people, how many apps, protocols, and people are actually really building on Hedera overall. But I also want to give you guys a little insight on what's happening right now in the market with Bitcoin, because going back to this article where this is pretty much full on FUD. Yeah, I mean, I think that sustainable environmental health is a big pain point for Bitcoin right now. Again, all of the maxis will argue with you. I even seen Michael Saylor arguing with somebody over the effects on the environment, and he just said, yeah, let's ban mining so that the price of Bitcoin increases, which is just a stupid argument at the end of the day. A terrible excuse to really just say, hey, yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely terrible for the environment, but let's continue trading it. It's just, I think that in time, Bitcoin will be kind of useless at some point, and people will kind of forget about it just because it does require a ton of energy. But again, it's going to reign supreme for a very long time still, until we do get the decoupling, in which that's when Bitcoin will no longer be the supreme asset in the space. But for now, we do have to give it some props. We got to really kind of hope that it does really good overall in terms of a lot of these people adopting it into their portfolios, because it does help the market move, and the market isn't moved just by an asset pumping. It's moved by whales. It's moved by individuals. So with Bitcoin pumping, we got to really give credit where credit's due. I know I said that many times in this video, but we really do have to give credit to Bitcoin to opening the doors for all of our altcoins as well. But I thought this was very interesting, and this is coming from Pentoshi1. If you guys don't follow him, I definitely advise you to. But yesterday, Goldman Sachs said Bitcoin investors were fleeing to gold today. They like Ethereum and Bitcoin, because Goldman did say that they were pretty much out of crypto. They were going into gold, and now today they're in Ethereum and also Bitcoin. It's funny though, and we see it here from Zero Hedge. Top of mind crypto, a new asset class, with cryptocurrency prices remaining extremely volatile, even as interest in cryptos from credible investors has been rising, and legacy financial institutions, including ourselves, have been launching new crypto products and services. Crypto is undoubtedly top of mind. Amid the recent volatility, we ask experts whether cryptos can and should be considered an institutional asset class, including Galaxy's Michael Novogratz. Yes, the mere fact that a critical mass of credible investors is engaging with cryptos has cemented this. NYU's Noriel Rubini. No cryptos have no income, utility, or relationship with economic fundamentals. Grayscale's Michael Sonnenschein. Yes, their strong rebound in 2020 reassured investors about there. And then, again, that kind of gets cut off. But this is from Goldman Sachs, where they were going into gold pretty much the day before the big dip, or it was actually the day of the big dip, and now they're really moving into Bitcoin and Ethereum on the low. So it's actually kind of funny to see them flip like that, and we already know why they're flipping like that. They know what's next. We know what's next as well. I thought that was very interesting. But we also have this tweet from Barbarian. If you guys don't follow him as well, I definitely advise it. And he actually tweeted out regarding this article here, saying this is the real flippening, and this is Hedera Hashgraph. This is comparing it to Visa. This is comparing it to Ethereum and Bitcoin. So we see transactions per second. We already went over. Bitcoin has 3, Ethereum has 12. Visa now has 1,700, and Hedera Hashgraph is at 10,000 transactions per second. Now I do want to say that this transactions per second is throttled. We could technically do up to 100,000 plus with scalability in place. We could do up to 500,000, and this is just the throttled payment pretty much number. Now 10,000 transactions per second is major. It's huge. It's really outbeating XRP, Visa, a ton of other cryptos. Now XRP does have the ability to scale up to 65,000 plus transactions per second, and I do know that they could do 3 figures, but I don't think that they have a confirmation on what their pretty much max transaction per second is. But we also see the power consumption of Hbar being compared here as well, and this is Visa at 205 million kilowatts an hour, Bitcoin at 99 billion kilowatts an hour, and Ethereum at 35.5 billion kilowatts an hour, and Hedera sitting at a 74,109 kilowatts an hour, with annual transactions up to 435 million, Ethereum 344 million, Bitcoin 112 million, Visa 138.3 billion. We see energy per transaction 0.0014, 885 kilowatts an hour for Bitcoin, 102, almost 103 for Ethereum, and we see 0.00017 for Hedera. And it's actually really incredible to see this, because this is really giving you guys the fact that at the end of the day, Hedera is better than Visa, and I think it's only a matter of time before the financial system really sees that. And I just want to really, express my thoughts on the fact that, we did break down a little bit in terms of price today because of the market. The market's very volatile right now, so really trying to buy the bottom is almost near impossible. But as you guys see, we see the bottoms here kind of doing an upward trend. So unless we break down below this 20.5 cent range, I'm not too concerned, but we could see lows of 33,000 again for Bitcoin. If it does get broken on 33,000, then we probably head a lot lower to that $28,000 range. Now I am not betting against myself and saying, all right, I'm selling out of all assets and waiting for the dip again. I'm not doing anything like that. I would definitely not advise you to do that at all, because we are ranging for a full-blown alt season. And I personally am not selling here. I haven't sold at all. I actually haven't sold at all since around that March, April time, and it wasn't much at all. I will never sell my full bag or anything like that. I will take profit, of course, and I always advise taking profit when profit is there, just because we never know when something like this is going to happen. But always having that fiat cash on the side to really buy the dip is always useful. But I still am very bullish on Hbar and Hedera, especially when we see stuff like this, comparing the overall power consumption, the overall scalability as well, and really seeing Hedera shine in terms of the overall, being the overall giant in this space for financial, payments. And even if we look at the XRP ledger, we could actually compare and contrast the overall power consumption as well. 1 second. I know that there we go. So here's the green currency calculator. So if we actually see, we could actually do credit cards here. So right now, yeah, XRP is using 474,000 kilowatts an hour. Now again, if we look over here, yes, Hedera is beating them in terms of kilowatts an hour, and I mean this is annually as well, just to confirm. So yeah, I mean overall, now I think that this is actually wrong. The energy consumption for Visa is actually wrong here, because they are using 48,000 kilowatts an hour. So yeah, I mean overall, I think, let me just confirm. Let me see, 1 second. So they're doing 138.3 billion. So maybe that's what it is in terms of the overall transactions per annual transactions. I think that's probably why this is that high. So yeah, I mean that's probably not wrong. But overall, I think it is. I mean it's using 100% less energy than XRP if we compare it like that. Now the scalability and the finality is pretty much there as well, and also the cost is pretty much as low as XRP, I believe, as well. But still, nonetheless, very bullish on both XRP and Hedera. They're both my biggest long-term hold bags, and holding both of them is pretty much holding a piece of the future financial system. So I'm very excited to really see what happens here, because we're seeing mass adoption happening in terms of Hedera with Chainlink being brought on and integrated. It's only a matter of time before we see the true value. And right now, yeah, it sucks to see the market doing something like this, sitting in kind of like a stale line in terms of just overall what we're seeing here. I mean, it's just a line that's going sideways, a little bit of a downward pressure, but for the most part, we're just kind of not moving, and we're sitting standstill at a kind of loss in terms of where we were up here. But nonetheless, I'm still looking forward to the all-time high being broken very shortly. I think that probably by the middle of June is a good, target to see, really some PA play out very, very well. And then once the all-time high is broken, we go into price discovery. I'm eyeing $1 plus. But until then, I will definitely keep you guys updated in terms of the market, where I see it going, as well as kind of keep you guys updated on the news that comes out, and trying to keep you guys calm as well, because right now a lot of panic is going through the market, going through Twitter, going through pretty much any news outlet as well, with a ton of FUD coming out, and I just want everybody to really remain calm, collective. We are going to range higher. We've seen this before. We've seen deep corrections happen in the past bull runs as well. It's not game over. It's we're just starting, but we just got to collect ourselves and really be patient here. But nonetheless, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. I'm giving away free knowledge all the time, as well as a ton of content as well to really keep you guys, in the loop of things. So this has been Nick. I hope that you all enjoy.